I was sitting down with Emily, an extremely successful business owner and property investor, over the Chrissy break, and we were talking about planning for the new year. And it got me thinking about some of the things that I've learned over the last 13 years as an investor and from talking to thousands of people about their property investment plans. Now, I don't normally share this stuff on camera, but in today's video, I really want to talk about the nuts and bolts of exactly how I plan for financial freedom in my future, and then not just plan for it, but go out and make it happen as well.
So first things first, why is it so important to plan your property investment strategy rather than just go and buy properties?
You know, you could do what I did, right? Which is go out and buy a heap of properties without a plan. I got to literally property 7 or property 8 without even having a plan of what I was doing, why I was trying to get there, or what types of properties would get me to financial freedom sooner. The problem was when I read Phil Anderson's work and realized that my plan wasn't actually going to get me to where I wanted to be, I went from 9 properties and sold 7 of them back to 2. And so without going through all of that massive pain that I went through because I didn't have a plan, a much better model would have been like you, bro, where you sort of sat down with me and other advisors in your life and went, well, this is where I want to be. What do I have to do to get that? And then, you know, you've sort of done 4 incredibly high quality properties that are perfectly in line with where you want to be now, but also your future as well.
And that took a lot of pressure off me as well to put that plan in place and to actually know exactly what I needed to do as a step-by-step process. And frankly, it's really sped up my journey to financial freedom, I hope, in comparison to just trying to go out there and doing it willy-nilly. Now you've had all of this experience, what is the first step to creating that long-term property investment plan?
The first thing that I did, bro, was sat down and think about my vision for my future. So I actually got out a piece of paper and I wrote down, I'm 100 years of age today and I'm so grateful for. And that really helped me figure out what is important to me in my life. So I said I was grateful for my family and spending so much time with my kids growing up. I was grateful that I got to chill with you, man, and like your partner and our family, and did holidays and surf together. I was grateful that I had time to look after my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health. I was grateful that I had hundreds of thousands of dollars a year of passive income from the age of 40 onwards so that I could spend time contributing to the world and helping other people's lives. And that vision, or putting myself in that place of where I could be in the future, got rid of all the crappy goal, ego stuff that we do year to year to sort of get to where we want to be. And then the second thing I did was to sort of sit down and go, well, what is the dollar figure that I really need? And for me, I've got 3 young kids in private school at the moment. And so I came up with a number of about $200,000 a year.
So after you did that deep work and really figured out the vision for your long-term future, and then you put a specific dollar figure to work towards over time, where do you go from there?
So the next thing I did was to reverse engineer it. Now, when I was at uni, I was literally living off like $25,000 a year. So the thought of even saying this on camera, that I'm trying to get a couple of $100,000 a year without even going to work, is just insane. My first job was with IBM in their graduate program after uni, and I was literally earning $55,000. So when I first started this, just by the way, guys, it was to create $30,000 a year of passive income. But now my life is more expensive. Basically what I've done is I've reverse engineered it. So I've gone, for every house and granny flat that I buy today, in 15 years time, I believe that one property should give me $50,000 per year of income. So what I've done effectively is I've gone, I need 4 houses and 4 granny flats to give me the 200K per year. And it's really as simple as that. If you want 100K, then maybe you need a house plus a house and granny flat. If you want 120K, maybe you need 2 houses and 2 granny flats, but it can be really that simple.
Pretty huge difference, you know, 30K to 200,000K, but, you know, obviously the only constant in life is change. So how do you go about that throughout a journey? Because you're now 13 years into your property investment journey.
You know, so much has changed, right? When I first got started, I was all about becoming a millionaire and getting a passive income stream and tearing through everything and, you know, like doing whatever I could to push that rock up the hill. And then when I got to the top of my tiny little hill, I realized that more money more staff, more responsibilities doesn't necessarily mean that you're any happier. And so every single year, my plan and my intention's changing. Like, I got back from Bali last year and I actually realized that I've got more properties than I need. And I'd sort of bought my own special sauce in this business of like continuing to acquire properties and just with the intention of holding them forever. So I've actually just sold 2 of them because I'm like, I can get rid of $1 million worth of debt from doing that. I can put a little bit of cash in the bank as well. And I can really speed up my journey towards what I really want, which is time with my kids and to live a good life and to be able to work 4 days a week and to be able to contribute versus being stressed out and not the best version of myself all the time.
And that's why understanding your values, understanding your vision is so important when it comes to creating this property investment plan, because sometimes you can buy your own special sauce or just get stuck in the constant pushing the envelope further or constantly trying to grow or build that property portfolio. But it's nice to know that reconnect to the vision, reconnect to my values, and then make the right decisions. So how do you break that down into like a yearly plan?
So the first thing I did once I realized that I needed 4 houses and 4 granny flats was slowly accumulate them. And then what I've done is I've put together a little spreadsheet, which is super simple. Property 1 with the income from that property and the expenses. And then I add, the total of my properties up. And that just gives me like a little finger on the pulse to know what my income is and what my expenses are. And then I'm just a bit of a data geek, so I sort of modeled that out for a long time and overlaid some data that's important to me. And that's one of the sort of things we give that blank spreadsheet at the end of the process to our clients, just so that they can punch their properties in there and sort of see where they're at year to year and where they could be down the line. But on top of that, I really just get super, super obsessed with my next one step. Now, when I was younger, I used to have like 30 goals a year that I was working towards, and I get pissed off with myself if I only achieved 29 of them instead of patting myself on the back and looking at what I'd done. Now, as an investor, I literally ask myself a question: what is the next step? And that is always either pay off debt, save a deposit, or buy a property. And I'm constantly in one of those 3 pieces of the cycle.
So it really seems it's about simplifying things. It's about understanding your vision for the future, understanding the income, the cash flow that you're going to need to make that vision a reality. Then you reverse engineer to exactly what needs to happen next. You put together your plan, you put together your spreadsheet, you track all of your numbers, and then you just focus on the immediate next step and whatever that might be, whether it's planning, buying, paying down debt.
100%, bro. You just said in like 10 seconds what it's taken me 10 minutes to say. But that's what I meant to say. So for those of you guys who love this stuff and are thinking about buying an investment property, I would love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. Just jump over to www.pumkedonproperty.com. You can talk to myself or my brother Simon, and we can talk about where you are today, where you'd like to be in the future, what's going on in the market, and you can share your ideas and take ours with a grain of salt. And then you can either go and smash it on your own or maybe become one of the small number of people we work with each month. But either way, we absolutely love this stuff. Please give the vid a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share this with someone that needs to see it. And we wish you absolutely all the best this year and beyond.
Woo! That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting
That's
cool,
it.
bro. Yeah. Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. Look at that.
So nice, eh?
Oh.